Little pick on Iamzo and Degen. Well played for them. Finished the game off very, very strong. But man, I think the highlights have to go to players like Nick and Beef, who were controlling the low ground, running it up. Playify and Oliver OG, shout out to them, man. They tried their best to stay alive, but definitely got shut down somewhere towards the end there. These zone fights are just brutal. You can see how taxing they can be. The Storm just doing so much damage there at the end game. Look at this. We didn't get to see that one onto D-Roller, making it work. Playing with house money pretty much. As Iamzo closes out the last Elim there. 8 Elim Victory Royale, Vivid. Very nicely done for Iamzo and Degen, who, again, we see the other side of this team. Not contested versus that FNCS qualifier #1 that happened on Friday. It's just night and day.
Yeah, very well played. They are taking full advantage of the opportunity they are getting with an uncontested llama split there. So that's good for them. You know, we talk about it sometimes. Some of these players kind of crack under pressure when they are usually contested, and they rely on that for their Storm Surge, right? But these guys, no, they're uncontested. They're taking full advantage of that finding their Storm Surge. They're out the game, and they are just running away right now on the leaderboard.
Yeah, definitely. And we want to see that leaderboard, so we're going to toss on over to the desk. There's no time to waste here. Catch us up, please.
The telekinesis here with you there, Monster. You know, Iamzo and Degen, I felt it too, hence the prediction. They've come through and won game #3, the high ground. We saw there as well, fellas, that it was a true kind of masterclass, really. You know, they're not being contested by anyone. Everyone knows how good they are in that position there. SBG, they really kind of set themselves away from the rest of the pack then and just swept up when everything was in front of them.
Yeah, the first couple of games it was some solo plays to get some points, and now we see them put it all together here in this match, able to take some big shots there onto the high ground, weaken it. They got their info, and then they just crank. This is my high ground, my play, I'm knocking you out. Even taking off another team, possibly looking to hold the high ground position, and from here, it's just walking it out.
Yeah, and they were able to walk it out and work from the top down very, very composed, like taking shots only at the players who are on the backside of the zone, finding the key eliminations, and now propelling themselves pretty solidly into the top 8. But so far through 3 matches, things are very close. And one thing we'll note too, again, with the exception of Iamzo and Degen throwing shots up there, there hasn't really been a ton of challenges up towards the high ground. Once players get it, they tend to get it and then play out towards, at minimum, a top 2 situation.
Indeed. I mean, the standings are inevitably going to change right now. You know, Degen, Iamzo, they were kind of there or thereabouts. Are they going to be in the top 2 or 3? We're now about to find out in our leaderboard. Let's take a closer look and you guys can run us through. Gun, there they are, sitting in the top spot, sitting pretty, joint with second place as well. This is tight after 3 games.
Yeah, they own first place, but only because of that Victory Royale. Beef and Nick able to take second place. We haven't even really seen them, and so consistent. We look at the placement points. They are right there with our game winners of Degen and Iamzo, also slaying out with 16 Elim Sundown.
Yeah, and right now you also see Walkers and Aphids Golden with their run last game being pushed up into 4th place. But what this really says, kind of looking at the top 6 or so teams with a little bit of separation after that, 7th and 8th, everyone else on top of them is really close. But also, the separation is less than a Victory Royale right now, right? We're talking 32 points for a Victory Royale, which would put even 9th and 10th well into that 8th place range. If you have one decent game, you're all of a sudden in the conversation. And with only 3 matches left to go, pretty much everyone is still in the conversation given how the points have been spread out so far.
Yeah, we were talking kind of, you know, behind the scenes when the game was playing out. It was interesting that game 1 and game 2 had 2 different pools of players. Suddenly game 3, the top 25 all came together to go head to head. And that really made things a lot different there and made it a lot more entertaining for us here as well, SBG.
Yeah, no doubt. And we see it reflect on that leaderboard. It's crazy how close these games are, because basically when everyone's winning a match, they're doing it with 7, 8, 9, 10 Elims. And that's a 50-point game. That's the difference between first place and I think like 18th, if I'm doing my math correctly. So it is close.
Broadcast.
Quick math.
Quick math.
But it is so close right now.
Yeah, everything's so close, and as that margin kind of just shrinks, it basically means we go from playing a 6 set to now we have 3 matches to go, and as long as you haven't really fully stumbled, anything is possible. And even then, if you're one of those teams who goes all the way down towards the bottom, the Scented and the Colds, the one who are capable of winning a match, one really solid W and you get into the double-digit eliminations, which these guys are capable of, puts you right back into the fray.
It certainly does. And I can hear the battle bus is ready to rock and roll. We're going to head into the action. It is time for game number 4. Let's jump in. Anything is possible. Let's see what happens next.
This is a sink or swim type of situation now as we're starting to jump into game number 4. For some of our favorites, it's going to be very, very tough to go ahead and claw back in, but anything is possible. Double-digit eliminations. We've seen bigger comebacks before. For NiKo and Polarized, though, no shots. They shut down Macwood out the gate. Wow.
Again, I'm telling you, that's what happened.
Wow.
You remember, they had a good kind of first 2 games through qualifier 1. They were chilling, they were comfortable at the Daily Bugle, and then Polarized was like, no. And again, repeating that same strategy. You know, this is a very interesting strategy because when you think about it, if you're really, really comfortable, then, you know, you're going to think that you're going to just be able to land and chill, right? And maybe that's what Macwood was thinking. But no, NiKo was like, listen, I got a better drop than you. I'm going to out-drop you to this chest. And he does it, and he picks up a Stinger SMG, which quickly cleans up that elimination. Now, Donnie left to do it. And let me tell you, you know, I'm all for these clutch situations, but it is not looking good for him.
Yeah, no, not only that, we've seen how bad Surge is, right? Like, we've seen how crazy Surge or die kind of situation. And you know what? Nounsy and Sprite are like, hey, we want to stay alive. We want to survive a little longer. They actually disengage a little earlier. Other teams roll in, trying to take it now. Teams are pulling out the wild cards, if you will. And little do Agers and Rise know a surprise could be lurking nearby. As there's a team just right there, Vivid. They're lurking.
I can't believe this third team has not actually taken a shot yet at Agers and Rise. They definitely had an opportunity to chilling on top of the house. Agers and Rise are in a really good position if they could just get up a straight 2v2 here, right? They have more HP. And then also Agers, look at all the meds that he has right now. He's got some guzzle juices to work with and then 4 chug splashes, which are so beneficial. That other team got to pay close attention to the map. They're still actually chilling on the outskirts, not really pushing in. Rise and Agers, though, in one of those situations where you find yourselves on top of the builds that the other players just seem to hide down, and you're just kind of wasting time, though. Rise, not really feeling it. Going to be going for Nounsy here with the SMG. Going to be getting jumped on by both the players. Rise with no builds left, doesn't realize it. He's going to be getting taken down. Agers left to clutch up a 1v2 situation, and here comes not only one third party, but 2.
And you know what? That second team actually waited for the fight to go down. They jumped on Agers, so Agers got pounced onto. Little did he know. Caught with the weapon out, though. Pickaxe out. Luckily, Nounsy manages to just barely slide out of there, avoiding the elimination. But Agers, this is a tough situation. Our top 10, Nounsy and Sprite team here, now easing their way into 8th place. That's how close the standings have been so far. That 3 points swung them into a qualification slot as of right now. So it is just putting more intensity on the situation, more importance on this battle for them. It's Fable, Taco, and Jackson up from that southern location at Southeast Drop. They rotate up quickly. Agers